Good afternoon and good evening, Gambia and abroad. If you are just watching, this is SS Media TV, and this is your favorite program that is called Our Educational System. And today we are here with two gentlemen that are from Mahat Senior Secondary School, and they are here today to discuss an important and a very vital topic, that is the challenges that are faced by our students in our various schools in the Gambia. And we realize that this education system is not only a platform whereby students come from, but it's a platform also that can help students promote their future career. It's also a platform whereby we also call future policy drivers and policy makers and the lawmakers in the future. Those are the people that are going to come here in order to talk about our education system. So what are we facing in our education system? The challenges that the students are facing and all those obstacles that the students are facing. So we also invited students from University of the Gambia, we invited students from Gambia College, we also invited students from senior secondary school level and even of a basic to share their ideas with us here, because we know that they are the people that are facing those problems. And a lot of people also go through those things. So it is very important always to call students to share their opinions, to share their views about what they are facing in our education system. And what are the things also that they want to be part of our education system? Because we believe that the education of the Gambia, the education system of the Gambia is having these priorities based on what we learn and based on what we consume. And for today, we are having students from Mahat Senior Secondary School, and they will introduce themselves for the wonderful audience. And we are going to start from the left side. The gentleman. Yes.
Good afternoon, Gambian, and good evening too. My name is Sebastian Mendes Chaga from Bekamanyambai, from Mahat Senior Secondary School.
Yeah, thank you so much. The name is so long. So, Sebastian.
Sebastian, yeah.
Okay, welcome, Sebastian, and thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be here so that you can share your opinions with the entire Gambian students. And at the right side, we have another one.
Yeah, good afternoon, viewers out there. My name is Hamad Sow. I'm a student from Mahat Senior Secondary School, and I'm so pleased to be with you here.
Thank you so much, Hamad Sow, and thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Today, we have two students from Mahat Senior Secondary School. As always, we invited students from different faculty of life and different schools, but today we have in Mahat, and I believe Mahat is a very big school in the Gambia and even in West Coast areas. So I believe also the Mahat students also are watching, and they are also going to learn a lot of things from these two gentlemen here. Yeah. And for today, our topic is the challenges faced by students in our various schools. And before going further also, we are also going to give you the opportunity to share your educational biography with other people so as to know who is these two gentlemen here.
Yeah, well, coming to like to share my educational perspective to your Gambia people today. Like I started nursery school presentation, and from there my primary school to presentation, and then up to there going to my senior secondary school recently at the moment.
Wow, that is amazing. I can see all the primary school and the upper basic was in what presentation at the end of the day currently at Mahat Senior Secondary School. And we believe maybe in few year time, University of the Gambia or any other university.
Sure, university.
Or any other council institution. Yeah. So we are also having Hamad.
Yeah, I started my nursery and lower basic in provinces, Kili Lower Basic School, and later moved to Sibanor Upper and Senior Secondary School, where I did my junior school. From there, I moved to Mahat Senior Secondary School, currently in grade 10, staying in Brikama, Jamisha.
Wow, that is amazing. A grade 10 student sharing the ideas with the entire Gambian student, and that is very amazing. And I believe Silano was my place as well. So anyway, we are going to have a fruitful discussion with these two gentlemen here to talk about the challenges faced by students in the Gambia. And it is a honor for you to be from provinces, so as to know what are the challenges that they face. Because we believe that they face more challenges. But right now, even in urban area also, there are a lot of challenges that students have. Sure. So we are going to talk about that one today. And before going further also, we also need to know the overview of our education system. What are your perspectives based on that? The education system that we are having right now, is it tangible or sustainable in the Gambia?
Well, when it comes to like educational perspective in the Gambia, I cannot say it is tangible to us somehow, because when it comes to like education perspective in the Gambia today, it's somehow challenging when it comes to like the student, especially the urban area, so on, and then somehow challenging in the Gambia. With the students, we need like proper learning. We need something that can be what sustained to us. We need education that can help us to go forward, because going outside the country, there you need to be well prepared when it comes to educational purpose.
Of course, that is very amazing. We need to have education system that can help us to move forward, and that is very important. We realize that our education system is not moving forward,
Yeah.
and we also realize that there are a lot of things that are lacking. If simply, for example, we can learn the same syllabus, the same curriculum for 20 years, for 3 decades, the same curriculum moving forward with that. It simply means we are not moving. So that is a very good, important, and I believe Ministry of Education also are going to listen the affairs of the students so as to also improve because they are the ones that are learning. If they say the education system is not tangible, it's not moving forward, we need to put some policies so as to move education system to another level.
Right.
Ahmad, what is your perspective about it?
Yeah, to me, in the Gambia, the education system is really not going forward. Like when you look at the Gambia compared to other countries, our education system is far behind. Like you have a school whereby one individual is doing about 12 subjects.
Of course.
12 subjects, one individual.
Sure.
So what I expecting that particular guy to perform well in both subjects. And when you look at some of these subjects, it it leads to like scarcity of teachers where like
Exactly.
we don't have teachers to be lecturing people on all these subjects. Even there will be teachers, but you have teachers that are not qualified. So that's a major challenge in this country. And in the aspect of teaching field, people run away from it. So you see, there's a challenge in the aspect of our education. It's really behind compared to other countries.
Exactly. Our education system is really behind compared to other countries. And this is very true. When you go to Western world or even some African countries, the way they mold their education, the way they restructure their education, the way they shape their education is different from Gambia.
Mhm.
We believe that our education system still now is a colonial heritage, whereby what the colonial masters taught us or what the colonial masters gave us is the same thing that we are following.
Yeah.
And it simply means we need a lot of changing so that we can also compare to the world standard. And that is very important. At the end of the day, also, we are going to start the program proper. That is the challenges faced by students in our various schools. We know that we have students in rural areas, we have students in urban areas, and they are all doing the same, we can say the same fields and the same subject as well. And Hamad also mentioned something like scarcity of teachers. And that is one challenge of our education system, or one challenge is that are faced by our students in our various schools. Because you can see students doing 12 subjects, 8 subjects, 9 subjects. At the end of the day, maybe they have only maybe few teachers. Sometimes some teachers are teaching 2 subjects,
Sure.
3 subjects. At the end of the day, they cannot teach properly in order to what to channel the information that the students want. Maybe when they give a proper or maybe a lot of teachers, so as every teacher will teach in one subject, maybe at least that will be better. But a teacher teaching maybe 3 or 4 subjects, and
Yeah,
they are going to be tired.
Yeah, more than 4
Exactly.
classes.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
than 4 classes, they are going to be tired. So what are the challenges? Maybe we can share that ideas with the students so as we also learn. So because we know that we cannot finish the challenges, but we can at least mention some.
Yeah, when you look at the Gambia, our education system have numerous challenges. Like first of all, the challenges that I will go with is that we have limited access to qualified teachers. When you look at the Gambia, I'm not saying we don't have qualified teachers, but it's so little. You know, in education, what you give out to students is what remains in them and is what they always believe in.
It's very
So
important.
it's very important. So we need to have teachers that really understand the subject that they are teaching, that really understand the thing that they are inculcating in people. So they need to understand that. But you will not bring a student who graduated just like some months back and went to the college just 3 months and come back to senior level, not even junior level, but senior level to serve as a teacher. What are you expecting that particular guy will give to you?
Exactly.
So he or she need to go through certain procedures in order to go to before coming to the teaching process. So that is the way that is another challenge that the Gambia is facing when it comes to qualified teachers. That's really a great problem in this country.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the problems that we are facing is what? Unqualified teachers. And this is very true. And the problem is that we will say it always. That is my saying. I say information is just like a food.
Sure.
Yeah.
If I told you consume it, if I told you it's a good food, you are going to benefit it from it.
Sure.
But if I told you that information is diagnosed with a germs and bacteria at the end of the day, it's going to
It will
affect
not help,
the system.
yeah.
So the problem is the information that is being shared by teachers supposed to be information that is very tangible.
Sure.
So as the student also can consume it and they can digest it well, and they can also benefit themselves as well. But if I told you share misinformation to people at the end of the day, also they also can misinform the entire public about what they learn. Because the problem is the mentality is that the students believe they are teachers more than any other person.
Sure.
So even most of the case, students at our home, when they are from school, when they ask, this is what my teacher said. Even the parents say, they will say this one.
Yeah.
So it simply means the information that's supposed to be shared supposed to be a very good information,
Yeah.
and that is very understood. And I hope also the Ministry of Education are going to take this one into consideration, so as to what, to process the teachers, because even teachers are raw material. They need to be processed so as to benefit the society. Yes.
All right.
Gambia, students face challenges, the impact that education and overall academic access. So when it comes to my point of view, one problem that's really like lacking behind is like when you talk about the language barriers in the Gambia when it comes to the student. It's somehow like to me, I can't understand when I come to other school, I find students even like to write a letter, it's gonna be a problem to them sometimes. Even to write address where they live is gonna be a problem to them. So what can you tell people in the Gambia or people outside the country? What can you tell them when it comes to like education or when it comes to like we know all that like English language is like official language to us. So as a student, when you don't understand English or when you cannot write a proper letter or when you cannot speak English proper, what can you tell people from grade nursery school up to senior school and then to like tertiary in level? So what can you tell people when it comes like I can see some of like college students when it comes to the class, when they come for their TT, like when they speak, sometimes you feel like this one is like this, he or she is lacking behind.
Exactly.
So what can you tell people? So like when, as Ahmad said, the teachers must be go like through a process that could help them to learn better and they know how to speak and they also know how to help the student when it comes to speak language. Sometimes a teacher can give a letter to students. That teacher will not have time to go through the letter to see whether this guy is performing in English language when it comes to handwriting or not. So especially in the Gambia, yeah, people are speaking language, even the class, they're speaking Mandinka, Rek, I listen. What is that? No, it shouldn't be done that way. Like a student shouldn't be like, you should speak correct English, know how to write it, and then know also how to approach, how to express yourself when it comes to the midst of people. Like you know how to express yourself. Like in the assembly, you speak there, people can understand that truly you learn and then truly you understand what you are going through.
Yeah.
So I think this one is also another problem faced by students in the Gambia. We are still lacking behind. I myself here, I'm still going through challenges when it comes to speaking English language. So I need that a proper learning and then a teacher that could back me to speak it correctly.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Students are lacking proper English. At the end of the day, we can say language barrier as well. So as to what to speak English, to express themselves. And that is a problem to everybody, from the public officials, the civil servants, to the entire population. We are all struggling. The problem is that it's a project as I always stated.
Sure.
Because if I told that the language is based on something whereby it's our mother tongue, at the end of the day also it's a local language, the indigenous language, I hope it will be very simple for students to express themselves. Because the problem will be that if you teach students in their own native language, it's going to be very easy for them to consume the information.
Sure.
But the problem is now they are sitting there, the people that colonize us, and they tell us also, this is what you're supposed to consume.
Sure. Yeah.
That's why we are having difficulties in public service. We are having difficulties in civil service. We are having difficulties in our midst as students, because they will term any student that cannot speak English properly is stupid. So that was the mentality, and that was not the case as well. But the problem also is that if we choose it as a language also, we need to have people also that can teach it properly, as well as for them also to express themselves in the Gambia and outside the Gambia. So another problem is what language barrier, because it's not our language.
Yeah.
So that is a big problem. So forcing them to learn it also becomes very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And as we stated always, if we force people also to learn another language, it simply means they're going to forget their own self.
Sure.
That's why always, even our dress code is it's a problem. We
Sure.
all limit them, right? So all those are things that we are facing. But anyway, as long as we choose it, we also need to do it proper.
Sure.
So we are moving on. Still now we are also talking about the challenges because we don't know it's not only language barrier and unqualified teachers. We are having a lot of challenges. So what are the other challenges that the student might face in our video schools?
All right, as I said, there are challenges. Like students in the Gambia, another challenge might be that financial constraint.
Exactly.
Yeah, financially,
Money is everything.
this is a key problem.
Yeah.
This is a key challenge in the Gambia here.
Yeah.
Students face when it comes to finance, to support themselves in academic, like paying the school fee, study fees, like even furthering their education in tertiary level. So that's become a major challenge. You will see a family where they have their child is very, very good academically and is performing well, but at the end of the day, they will not have access to resources or like the money to help that particular child to further his or her education. So that will really end up being a waste of time in life. After serving 12 good years in school, at the end of the day, you cannot afford your education in order to get something at the end of the day. So that's really a problem. And other students traveled all the way from long distance to their schools. So we also need resources like pay fare and other stuffs and their foods as well. So that's really a challenge that students are also facing in the country. When you look at the hardship of the country, our economic is really, really weak, and there's challenges in that. So parents find it very difficult to assist their kids in their academic process, like paying school fees and other stuffs as mentioned. So financially, it's really a challenge to students in this country.
So we have financial constraint. Many of the students in the Gambia, you realize that 60% of Gambian population is poor people. At the end of the day, we also realize that financial muscles are not strong. We are not financially stable. There's a problem because we know that education is a whole lot of spending money. Though they say that there's a free education, that is a section 30 of Gambian constitution say that there must be a free education, quality education, and all that kind of stuff. Though there's a free education still now, but we also need free education in senior secondary school. And primary school and upper basic. But when you come to senior secondary school, also there's no free education still now. And even that primary school, senior secondary school, they need lunch, they need sustenance, they need to have uniform, they need to have a lot of people. When you go to rural areas, sometimes you feel sad. Some of the students, the uniform that they went to school with, wow, when you see it, it's very difficult. Even their school shoes, their bags, and other stuff. There are a lot of things that we need to do in the Gambia in order to develop our education system. When you come to urban area here, also the distance that you talk about, some people can travel from Brikama to Bundung, Brikama to Banjul, Gambia High, and other far places. So it simply means that the distance also is too far. It simply means schools also supposed to be built in various venues and territories as well, so that students also can have easy access to school facilities and all that kind of stuff. And the most important that we can say, money is everything in education. If I told that you don't have the money, you can have the intelligence, you can have the brain, you can have the mindset. But if I told that the financial assistance is there, and if you don't have scholarship also, that's a big problem. You can say there are a lot of people, students, that their dreams are being shattered because their family is not good. At the end of the day, their family cannot support them. So all these things are problems that we need to highlight. And the ministry also need to help people, individuals, the NGO also has to support those brilliant students as well. So what is the other challenges that we might face in the Gambia as students?
Yeah, we are still going on into this discussion. So my own opinion too about like these challenges when it comes to other schools like this urban area or rural area too. We come to realize that like sanitation also like be a problem to many schools in the Gambia too. So like especially this concern most the girls. So if like there's like if the school if the students don't have proper sanitation in the school, I don't think it will help most of the girls because our females or our girls, younger sisters down there, if they are on their days period menstruation, sometimes they need to be like there's something that we need to be provided in the school so that whatever comes in between them, they have to rush to the staff room or nearby a teacher and explain. So that can help them too. So when it comes to sanitation, there's no proper toilets in the school. no classroom, all those things. So like water, sometimes water like full day, there's no water in school. So that's really that's a really challenge that faced by students because if there's no water, when it comes to like no proper toilet, no water, so like if the student wanted to drink, there is no way that a student can concentrate in the class. Even the teacher will explain that that particular student will then in the class do not understand what the teacher said because he or she is very thirsty. So I think this is a major challenge when it comes to like we know that without water we cannot go, and then without also toilet in the school we cannot go. So this may be provided in the school so that it can also help in the development of when it comes to school process, school issues.
That is very important. The conducive environment is very needed because we believe that we have in school environment that are not even conducive, environment that is very hectic to work with, and environment also that is having a lot of what maybe noise and other kind of stuff. At the end of the day, the sanitation of the girls, not even the girls, even the sanitation of the entire student, the boys, it's very important. Sometimes we realize some of the school they don't put these things into consideration. Sometimes if even female students can have those kind of emergencies, and in fact it end up being dropped out because they never come again because of the same that they in fact experience in those kind of schools. So it's very important for the school curriculum also to provide some sanitary materials as well as to help the girls, the girl child, to help the boys as well, and in fact providing what maybe toilets and providing even a very good conducive environment. These are very important issues that every school need to have because every school need to have what a basic necessities, and those basic necessities cannot go without sanitation, cannot go without a good toilet, cannot go without a proper channeling of what the water system, because we need to have what a proper water supply, a proper water supply every day. Because you cannot gather thousands of students in one school, a full 6 hours they are spending in school, no water. It simply, in fact, can affect the what the process of learning because you cannot keep people in school. They don't have a proper water when they go to the toilet. They don't have a proper water to drink and other kind of issues that they need to fill up. So it becomes very difficult. So it simply means all those things are challenges. And for urban areas, it can be minimized. But maybe rural areas, it's very difficult. They don't even have a tap. They don't even have a tap. At least in urban area, most of the schools have a tap. Maybe they don't have water. Maybe boreholes and all that kind of stuff. But it's a very challenging thing that we are facing as students in tertiary institution, in primary, in nursery schools. All those are challenges. So still now we're going to talk about the challenges because we know that it's a lot. We cannot even finish it.
Yes, it's a lot. As this is also another challenge, like limited access to technology and internet. This also a major challenge. And actually, the government is concentrated mainly in urban areas. But when you look at in provinces, in our rural Gambia, this is a major challenge there. Like other schools, they are senior schools, they are not doing ICT as a subject. And even computers are not available there, even available, but they lack. So that's a challenge, which means that students will not have access to internet to work or make certain research, which will help them in their academic process. Like in this ICT computer, it's also might be a specialized way that students specialize on to earn something.
Exactly.
Like, but if they are not doing that as a subject, or they don't even experience nothing like ICT, government technology, or government is not even concentrating or bothering to provide those people with computers for them to access internet. It's really a challenge in their education process. So the only thing they will do is that they will use phone to which will they will buy such MB, which is also resource resource for them to go and then make some their research through online, and others are not having phone due to the financial status of the family. So the government need to put that into consideration to provide them with computers for students to be able to access internet. That's also a major challenge especially in rural Gambia. So students are really facing such challenges there.
This is very important. This is why we always call students to come here to share their ideas. Maybe they have more ideas than people that are sitting at office. Because you realize that there are a lot of people sitting at Ministry of Education, sitting at monies. They don't even know what are the challenges of the student. So that's why it's very important always to call students to share their ideas. And it's very important always when we are here in the education system Most of the students that came here, they must talk about technology. It seems like students are interested in technology.
Sure.
But the problem is the resources are not available. The materials are not available. The equipment are not available. And it's very important we are living in a global world whereby you need to communicate with people. No, the problem is Gambians. We use mobile phone, we use cameras, we use everything, but they are not made by us. And it simply means, in fact, most of the cases we don't even know how to operate them. So it simply means always technology is something that is very crucial in our education system. It's supposed to be introduced. We realize that it's being introduced. The ICT is introduced in senior secondary school level, whereby others are doing it. But the problem is it tangible? Is it that the materials are available? Most of these schools, the ICT is introduced, but they don't have a proper lab. They don't have computers. They don't have laptops. They don't even know how to
use it.
It's only few Gambian people that can, in fact, operate technological aspect of maybe laptop and other kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You can
Nigerians take over.
Exactly. Yes. Even to make our foods, to repair our foods, when we go to the market, it's all over Nigerian people and Nigerians, because we don't learn it. And these are things that are very important. You cannot develop as a nation if your technology is low. If you are doing economy, we say that one obstacles of being developed in a country is that when you have a low technology. And for Gambia, we have a low technology, and even still now, we are not thinking about how to improve our technology. So it's very important to introduce technology, and we believe that the Ministry of Education is doing fine, because right now they introduce ICT as a subject in WAS level, whereby some students can do it. But still now, something is lacking. It doesn't mean they cannot only check on some section of the students and pack some section of the students. Every student should have ICT as compulsory upon them, so as to learn technology, because you cannot live in this world without knowing technology. Because we are living in a global world whereby everything you need to do is technology. In other countries, they are advancing. Even their government is e-government. Gambia, paperwork. So sometimes it's crazy. So we need to work on that as well to improve in technology. So still now we are working on those areas. What are the challenges that we may face so as others to learn from us here? Yes.
Yeah, also like another challenge is again faced by students in the Gambia too. Like I feel so sorry when it comes to this transportation difficulties. Issue. Like when it comes to this rural area, student can walk like a long distance to reach the school. You understand? To reach the school, and then this can lead to fatigue and then tiredness. So, they're not concentrate. So this also like is another major problem, because you cannot like walking from your house to school like 2 hours kilometer or walking. Very like you feel lazy when you reach home. You cannot have like access like proper learning or whatsoever for you to sit down and concentrate. You'll be tired. Sometimes some people can go without lunch. Some people can go like they will not eat lunch, they will not have breakfast there. So when they go to school, they'll be tired and they will not concentrate. Maybe during break, every time they can have fish pie of $5 and then manage with it. So this also is something that is very challenging for school. I feel so sorry when it comes to this transportation issue in the Gambia, because I see many students here. If they work, I was a counselor, still now I'm a counselor. Sometimes I'll be at the gate when a student come to me and then tell, why are you late? I come from Jalamba, working from Jalamba. I feel so sorry, because Jalamba to become to a presentation school somehow far. So a student cannot work from that place to become. So I think there's something that must be done to help one another, because not everybody can help to provide, but we also we put our hope in our government. Yeah, because we lay our hope and our trust in them for them to help us to back. So when these are lacking, what can you tell us with the student as the government? What can you tell us with the student? We are still saying that we believe in new people, and new people are still putting us down. We say the students are leaders of tomorrow. So if you people don't look back at us, who are we? So I think this are also is something also lacking for us. So this must be provided by every student in the Gambia to also concentrate, so that learning can go faster for us.
So that learning can go faster, right?
Yeah.
All those are things that are very necessary. Transportation issue becomes very difficult issues in the Gambia. Right now, even it's not about students, even the ordinary citizen in the Gambia, transportation becomes very difficult. When you go out early in the morning, you're going to see a lot of people.
Especially on Sunday.
People around the highway, they don't even have access to cars. And we realize that there are a lot of cars in the Gambia. But the problem is still not as a transportation. Because private individual cannot, most of the cases, they don't even pick people. Because the problem is they believe that most of the Gambians are criminals. They can rob them along the way. All those are things that are facing the students as well. And when you come to what maybe even money safe students, most of the cases they face a lot of transportation issues than even
And that's from your money,
students.
yeah.
So the problem is that the Gambia government also need to provide buses as well. We realize that school buses are provided, but they are very limited still now. The University of the Gambia transportation issue to Faraba, sometimes they even fight. So what about this school level? So it's still, there are a lot of things to do. A lot of people sometimes even when the boats are full, sometimes they can stay standing from Faraba to maybe even around turntable and around Pijulo and they are standing. So that they even fight based on how to sit. So it's crazy. So it simply transportation become a very big problem or obstacle to Gambian people when you come to education system. And many people walk kilometers, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers in order to access a quality education. Those people when they walk because they don't have fare, the financial muscle is not there, their families are poor, so they cannot access a good education system. So they walk out from kilometers far away from their homes, coming to a place where they have a good education system. At the end of the day, also when they arrive late, most of the case they are punished.
Sure.
So you work for maybe 1 hour or maybe 30 minutes working. At the end of the day, when you come again, they punish you again. You go to class again with that stress. You cannot even concentrate. So there's a lot of problems that we are facing. And a lot of people that are in rural areas, maybe they are facing more problems than any other people because we know that all of us, most of the case, we start our schools in rural areas. We know what they face. We know the distance that they travel. We know the transportation system that they face. Sometimes these commercial people, no matter what, when you enter in their people, you must pay. This is the fact. So at the end of the day, also the fare also become very expensive. So we are urging the Minister of Education in order and the private enterprise as well and the private sector in order to provide school buses for these people so as to access quality education. So that is very tangible solution toward the transportation system. But still now we're going to talk about the obstacles. So the challenges are
Challenges,
so we are going to highlight some and
all right. Yes, I believe this is also a challenge. Like in the aspect of examination malpractice.
Of course.
You know, the government, the citizens put the trust in them.
Exactly.
Like for them to run our affairs or to guide us. But when you look at the Ministry of Education, they failed in this area, I can say, in this aspect. Because when you look at in other schools, we have students who have different perspectives. Others are willing to learn, while others are there for the sake of being there in the school. They are follow occupying the seats in school. But others are willing to learn and they are sacrificing both day and night. They are reading their books in order to make it in last level, while others are sitting expecting the paper to be leaked in order to take that as an advantage for them to cross that last level. That
because we believe that there is no shortcut.
Success. There is no shortcut. They always have shortcut, and that cannot be possible. So the ministry need to put I believe there might be policies that are attached to that, but implementing them are problem in the Gambia. Like they need to implement those policies to make sure that these things like examination malpractice we avoid avoided in schools. Like when in schools, like example, I will take an example from like Mahad. If I'm a student who always struggle, I'm reading both day and night in order to make it in WAS. Sabas here is like not reading, he is just waiting for the paper to be leaked or to cheat in order to cross the exam. So at the end of the day, if the school is far wanting, the problem is not on the side of Sabas, but the entire students. So it will affect us, the students, like if the examiners mark us strictly, like it will really affect my performance in vast level. So that will lead me not to have the requirements to university or at the college because of that particular guy who was expecting the paper to be leaked or who cheat in order to pass the exam and we are found wanting. So the ministry need to put that into consideration. Let the policies be strictly implemented to avoid examination malpractice in schools. That's also a challenge that Gambians are facing. We are really affecting one another in the aspect of that area.
Malpractice is one of the social attitudes adopted by students currently. Because most of the kids right now, students, they having this bad attitude. They disregard the values, they disregard the ethics, they also disregard the principles of what having a good examination. But right now, the problem is examination malpractice. Internal exam, most of the cases they do examination malpractice, external examination malpractice, because we believe that a lot of students are working day and night in order to put something on table so as to have a very good result. But a lot of people also are sleeping still now. They are worse candidates. And they are sleeping, they don't want anything, only shortcut. So as to have this leakage paper, so as to pass exam. But that leakage paper also supposed to be questioned. What is the Ministry of Education doing? Why is it that the papers are leaked out there? How does the people get access to those papers? So all those things are questions that's supposed to be answered by the Ministry of Education and they are allied as well. So as to come out to sensitize the people that why is it that papers in fact are leaked? Why is it that there's a examination malpractice? And we know that there are policies, there are laws that are strictly laid down for examination malpractice. But the problem is it that those laws are implemented? The laws are not implemented fully. Government, they will say that these are norms that they normally say. Governments are very good at drafting laws. They are very good at making policies. But implementation of policies is zero. We realize that even there are plenty of laws that we have in the Gambia. But how many laws are implemented fully? Governments always they bend the law in order to move forward. And we also need to question the Ministry of Education. Why is it that papers are leaked? Why is it that the leaked papers that are, or the people that are captured for examination malpractice, why is it that they are not punished? We realize that sometimes they punish them. Even this past 2024 was, there are a lot of people that they kept their result. They don't release their result. But now the turnout or the final decision that they take, we don't know. So it simply means always when examination of malpractice happens, it can happen, it can affect a lot of students' results. Because the problem is the students that are doing wonderful, that are studying, at the end of the day, when they capture one or two people, it's going to affect the people that even are not even venturing into examination of malpractice. So this examination malpractice should be something that's supposed to be supposed to be solved amicably with Ministry of Education plus the student as well, and plus even the staff in the schools as well. They should try by all means and stop this kind of examination malpractice and put out rules and regulations that are going to stop students from venturing into examination malpractice. So that is the message to the Ministry of Education, to the entire staff of various schools in the Gambia. So we have another. Personal things.
We also have them. If you say you're going to discuss more about it, you spend the night here. Sure. So what again that I understand by student to health issue is another problem that faced by students in the Gambia. So when you realize when it comes like this word health issue in the Gambia here, most of the students faced by this problem. So like come to the mind of Red Cross people in the school. Sometimes a student can move during break and then got something like that. So so that person need to take a break from the student and like the teacher tell I have to go. I got wounded, so I need to go. So why? What is the reason Red Cross being in the school? So when you go to them, they'll tell you that we don't have properties, we don't have we don't have nothing. So what can you tell people? So when they are there, what their job in the school is for them to assist. There is not every sickness that could be cured by like a doctor or whatsoever. But those people at the school, Red Cross, they should be helping us. Like this small room, you shouldn't leave to the class and then leave a class, you go to the hospital, you rush, you need learning. So those people are there to help us. But they lack all these things. There is no proper materials for them. They don't have it. So what can you tell us? What is their responsibility in the school to help us? But it's not also their fault. But the faults come from the government because they cannot provide it for them. So when they need it, they will not have it. So also when you have you want as a student too, you need to get permission from the school. Sometimes if you are feeling pain, you don't see the teacher, you go next day you come to school, that teacher have to punish you. Sometimes you miss the class, you miss the test, you tell the teacher, I was sick yesterday, I got wounded yesterday, I leave the class in your absence. I came, but the teacher was telling that no, I'm not going to give you the test back. So you see, you need the test, and with your pain, you are facing it also. So sometimes I have to tell you that there is a Red Cross here, why you don't go there? So when you go to them, they will tell you that they have this. So what is their responsibility? What is their job? So I think I cannot blame the Red Cross people. I cannot blame them, but I have to throw the blame to the government. What do you think they should do? Government, what's your responsibility for us to help us in this kind of situation? No question for them. Like no answer for them. They will not answer this. So the answer is by the Red Cross. Exactly. So where are they going to get that stop to? No, they won't get it. Exactly. So this is another major problem. As a student, if you're not feeling well in the class, you don't concentrate, you don't learn. And at the end of the day, our parents will be blaming us again that you go to school, you don't concentrate. You go to school, you don't do this. Your result is very poor. And sometimes it's not our fault with the student, but it's our parents' fault. And then it's also our parents, those people are in our position to help us to look after us. They are the one that making us fail every single day. So I think this problem must be addressed by the government to see how solution or how best they can do to help us. We are really facing
How
challenges.
best they want to, or how best they can help us.
Sure.
And that is very important.
Yeah.
And I believe the government also need to wear the cap of responsibility. It's very important. They give you responsibility, right? So you need to wear the cap, you need to wear the hat and the shoe, everything. Protect the responsibility. But we lead, especially the Ministry of Health, because we believe that they are the one responsible. They are the one that will work with the Red Cross. We believe that Red Cross is a voluntary association that is giving free medical assistance to people, first aid to people. They cannot cure all the diseases, but they can give us first aid assistance. So afterward, to make the scene so calm. So that is very important. Always Red Cross also need to have their first aid, but they can have the willingness to have the first aid. But if they don't have the resources and they don't have the material, we cannot blame them. Still now, as you stated, we need to throw the blame to the government as well. That's why we said the government need to wear the cap of responsibility and they need to wear the full suit of responsibility as well, so as to help us to solve those kind of problems. This is a major problem because the health is very important. One of the important things that we have is our health. If I thought that we are not in good health condition, we cannot learn correctly. And if I know that we are having traumas in our various schools also, we cannot learn correctly. We need consultation, we need advice, we need motivation, we need the assistance of the Red Cross to treat the patient correctly because we know that a lot of people are having epilepsies in our various schools. They fell down. A lot of people are having asthma. A lot of people are having other kind of disease whereby sometimes we need the Red Cross, their first aid assistance. But if I told them they don't have that one, it becomes problem. And most of the cases, even the Red Cross volunteers, most of them they don't have proper treatment. They don't have proper training as well. So all those things are things that are facing students in our various schools. So with that, we are going to take maybe 2 challenges. Then we go for short commercial break. Then we come back to wrap up everything to discuss some of the solutions because we cannot only mention problem without giving at least some solutions. So that is very important. So 1 or 2 challenges, then we move on. Yes.
All right. This discussion will not be a successful one if I don't voice out this major challenge, which is early marriage and gender equality.
You speak my mind.
This is also yes. My take in this is that like parents need to eradicate this mindset in them, like not prioritizing girl education. They think that educating a girl child is useless or it's a waste of time, waste of money, waste of resources, waste of everything. They will be necessarily waste. So you see, that's not the case. You can see those girl child that will be going to school, that will be educated. Those people gonna be parents tomorrow. So with them, if they have the knowledge how to take care of themselves, personal hygiene, how to like help their children in their educational aspect, or those will be that will be a part in national development because those kids or those children tomorrow will be the future leaders. So in molding them or helping them to become success on their lifetime is really something great. So the parents need to have the clue on how to guide their kids. So through that, education can bring that. But if you feel like no, taking this girl child to school is a waste of time, like let her be home working for me, like and household chores, doing only that, like staying at home. He will not be aware of certain things that will really be affecting him in her life. You know, in this generation, if you don't, knowledge is so very important. It helps us to operate or to live our life is so significant. But if you feel like no, taking this child to school is really a waste of time, and at the end of the day, she will not make it. That's what parents thought, like the perspective they think. That is on the side of parents. So this challenges is this source of the challenge is from the parents. So parents need to prioritize that. We have seen that women are being ministers, we have ministers, women ministers, and working in highest government organizations, institutions, and helping their parents, taking care of their family, having their own compound. So you see, that is something great. They should not deny them from their rights. That's their right for them to go to school and get knowledge and learn. At the end of the day, they earn their living by themselves to be self-reliant.
Sure.
So that's so very significant. Parents, you need to allow your kids to go to school.
Sure.
It's part of their rights. If you deny them, meaning you are denying their rights to education.
Yes, that is very important. If you deny them, you are denying their right to education. And we realize that education is a fundamental human right. And education is a basic necessity for every
It's a
human
basic
being.
need.
So that is very important. Every child needs education. And we're having sustainable development goal. SDG 4 talk about equality of education, easy access to education. At the end of the day, everybody would supposed to have equal education, quality education, promoting girls' education. That is SDG 4. So it simply means now we also need to orient some of our parents, because we believe that some of our parents are having the stereotype that if you educate a girl child, you are also vesting your resources, you are also vesting your time. At the end of the day, they will not help you, they are going to help other compound. Those are the mentalities. So we need to eradicate those kind of mentalities, because now we are realizing that girls are being educated, women are being educated, they are helping their families members. We in fact realize that now if you have a sister that is educated, that can help you more than any brother. So we are realizing those kind of stuff because they understand more. They really understand earlier than the brothers, because we know that our emotions as brothers is very. And in fact, right now we are saying that we can say that in the Gambia, in fact, girls are more into education than boys. Even in work level, girls perform more than boys now. At the end of the day, even when you go to females and males, we have more candidates in one female side than male side. So it simply means now we are moving from the ancient time. In this modern time, we are seeing that girls are taking education seriously. Now, when you just go to statistics, you are going to see that even in our various classes, we have more girls than boys. Every class that we go, we have more girls than boys. Every school. Every now, everyone is still aware of some improvement there. Girls are getting into education. Parents are prioritizing girls' education. And the early marriage that you also talk about sometimes, based on our tradition, based on other things also. It do happens. But we are also urging parents that a girl that also want to be educated, we give them some chance to have the career, to be their career. So as they get married, they can also even help their husbands. They can also educate their children, so that their children also can know the societal values, the ethics, to move in the society, to also have the process in which they can also teach them what to do and what not to do. All those things are very important. And the last question, yes.
Yeah, like if also like don't throw this question out to the government, I see like this program is nothing to me. So when it comes like shortage of this the teachers, so when it comes to this aspect as to the teachers, we need also like to blame the government. But let me just say a few words about it. Like comes to this teachers are going on the pit.
Yes.
Yeah, the lack of development, lack of salaries, and then what? Sometimes a teacher can tell you that a teacher cannot have the desire to deliver in the class, to teach in the class, while he's getting like a $2,000 every month. There is nothing. Some people they rent, they have their family, they have their mothers down there to help them. So it's something that is why sorry, I can say sorry to them, because they feel this like they cannot be working for the government while they don't get anything. So the teachers must be what? There are some great teachers in the Gambia that sit at home without what? With good certificate. They don't teach, they don't do nothing because of what? They look at the money that they get from the government. It's nothing to them. So they have to go under this kind of job, create job by themselves, and then where they can earn. And maybe end of the month they get 5,000. It's better than going to teaching than you getting with 2,000 or 3,000 every month. That is waste of time.
You are right. Like because of the fact that they get low salary. Students that perform well in last level, night clinic and above, they run away from teaching. So what is the cause? It's because that they have the salary. So I believe that is a tangible point that is brought out. That is being out. Yeah.
So I think this could be done. Should be like set up by the government to see the solution that can do, that can help our teachers, because we have some of the teachers. When a teacher explains, you really understand, but when a student like disturbing the class, that teacher will feel like what I will waste my time teaching you here, and at the end of the day, I get like $2,000. It's nothing. So you see, the teachers have no desire to deliver, has no desire to teach us like the way that they plan to teach. But because of that, if they look back about what they get from the government, it's nothing to them. You see, like our young brothers now, they'll be getting like good results, but every day they go into these chapters. Some people, so yeah, some of our brothers, they are good teachers. I didn't think that they are in school or they are like a professional training being a teacher. They have been a great teacher tomorrow. But because of that, the money that they get from the government is very low, it's very small to them. So they have to go into these chapters. They cannot sleep at night. Like in the evening or in the day, they need the time to see them sleeping. But at night, they don't see them with their phones to get money from outside, from these white men. So that maybe you sit within an hour, you get 5,000 from someone. This agreement deal again.
Yeah.
Someone can sit from down till in the evening. Yeah, my brother even got like yesterday. Within an hour, she got like 20,000 at this agento. So to him, it's like this government job is nothing to him because within an hour you get 20,000. You are rich. You are rich. So what are you going to do about this thing? So like I think this should be done also to bring our teachers back or to bring young men into teaching practice or into job, because most of the Ghanaian people or our brothers and our sisters they having good results, but because of these things they are lacking, so they are not willing to go back to school. So government, we are just pleading. If you people should have do something to bring them back to school, to find job opportunity for them so they can have desire to see that our Gambia is moving forward now, because I can see when it comes like school aspect, Gambia is lacking.
Yeah,
Totally, Gambia is lacking.
Gambia is lacking when it comes to education system or schooling system. At the end of the day, also you want to see Gambia moving as well, and that is very important. And you also need to bring them back as well.
Sure.
We have good students out there that have been a very good result. But the problem is nobody wants to be a teacher.
Sure.
And the reason is lack of salary. Because if they don't love the profession, the profession is very good. It's a noble work.
Yeah.
They will tell you that one noble work that we have is teaching. Teaching is a very noble profession. But the problem is now the remuneration attached to it, the allowance attached to it, the salary attached to it. It simply means now you are teaching now. You are a form of you are in a form of slavery.
Sure. You have been using by the government.
Exactly. You are doing your labor for free. At the end of the day, you are paid a low salary. When you remove your rent there, when you remove your personal transportation, nothing will be left. At the end of the day, also we can in fact realize that there are other people that even finish their salary right now. They finish their February salary right now without even receiving it because everything is gone. So the problem is that it's very difficult. So the government need to pump more money in teaching field, so as to encourage and to motivate people and to attract students to come to the teaching field. Right now, if you ask, even maybe we have 20,000 students in the Gambia, 99.9% will never tell you that I want to be a teacher.
Never.
And even right now, currently, the people that are teachers, they are teachers without no choice.
Sure.
They have no choice at all.
Sure.
Because they check, they don't have any choice. The only thing that they do is to teach. But now, if you don't have that even profession in your mind, you don't want to be a teacher by passion. It's simply you are going to give misinformation.
Sure.
And you are not going to be willing to give information. You are not going to do
are afraid.
But we have teachers that are teachers by passion.
Sure.
You know that
You understand totally.
At the end of the day, when they think about the salary and when they see students are disrespecting them, they will not deliver. Because they think that now I'm teaching.
Some people they even like give a student the need to copy. And they say, I don't understand. Who understand this topic? Come and explain. So you see, and the time is not there for us.
If I know that they are having a good salary and a good allowances and remuneration, we believe that they are going to deliver well. At the end of the day, also students are going to consume the knowledge and they are going to understand. But the problem is lack of salary. And that is the problem. All the teachers in the Gambia, they are having a lack of salary. Which most of the teachers now, they are running to private sectors, private schools, so as to teach. That's why we are realizing the private sectors are doing well.
Well done, government.
Even when it comes to the SL level, look at it. How many private sectors got 6, 4, 5, 8 private sectors?
Sure.
Most of them private sector. What is the problem compared to public sector? Lack of salaries, because they are not motivated. So that's why they are discouraged. So we are also urging and pleading to the government also to increase the salary of civil servants, especially the teachers, because they are doing wonderful. If I told that there's no teachers, we are not going to have civil servants.
No.
So the teachers must be paid well, so as to do wonderful in our various schools as well, so that the students also can consume the knowledge and they can share it as well. And with that, we are going to have short commercial break. After that short commercial break or interlude, we are going to continue with the solution because we mentioned a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
So we are going to be prepared for the solution as well to suggest that. And it's just a suggestion to the Ministry of Education. These are our suggestions as students. This is what we want. This is what you want to do, and try by all means and also what maybe adjust your level best. We know that you are doing wonderful, so you need improvement as well.
Yeah.
So with that commercial break, we are going to do it right now. After that one, we are going to move it with our problem, that is our educational system. And thank you.
Do you have a dream of becoming a video editor, graphic designer, or WordPress web developer? Our digital skills training courses at skills.gm will help you in making your dreams a reality. We provide intensive hands-on courses that can help you harness the creativity in you. Our video editing course will enable you to create professional videos for home, work, or for social media handles. Being a graphic designer is among the most rewarding digital skills nowadays. We will help you acquire relevant design skills to enable you to design and manipulate pixel-based images and vector graphics for print and display. Almost every business wants to have an online presence in this digital era. We will guide you on how to create secured and professional-looking websites, blogs, and online stores. We encourage our students to engage in innovative, critical thinking, coupled with collaborative learning concepts and projects. For more information, visit us at Mall of Gambia, Bakote, office number 18, or call 7048-155, or visit our website at www.skills.gm/training.
Yes, welcome back from that short commercial break. If you are just joining us, know that this is SS Media and this is your favorite, we can say, for the students, that is the education system. So as to talk about a lot of things that are affecting students as well. And as we earlier said, today we are with Mahat Senior Secondary School students and senior prefect for that matter, or counselors for that matter. So they are student leaders. They know more about our education system. They know what is affecting the students as well because they deal with the students' affairs and all that kind of stuff. And from that short commercial break, we were talking about the challenges that are faced by the students, and that was our topic. And for now, we mentioned a lot of challenges, and we are trying also to suggest some of the recommendations or some of the solutions that the Ministry of Education and other private sectors and private individuals also and the NGOs or the entire civil society organization need to look up to so as to solve this kind of problem amicably in our education system. So we are going to talk about, we are going to deliberate on some of the solutions that we want to suggest to the entire student body, to the entire educational system, or the authorities or the duty bearers that are having the power to change the education system. We are suggesting to them that these are the solutions that we are going to talk about currently, and we are going to share the opinions with the entire student body, with the entire staffs, and with the entire Ministry of Education. So what are some of the solutions that we are going to suggest today or recommend to our Ministry of Education?
Yeah, thank you. So, like, talking about the solution here, like for the what you have mentioned here, is we are not going to say much, but we are just going to say a few words that will be addressed about them. So, when we talk about the transportation difficulty in the Gambia faced by students, I think this is the most important part or important solution that could be done by the government. So, we are just urging the government to help us, like especially the rural area, to try them like with the bus, like these buses, so that they can able to have access to school by on time. Because when you go to school on like lately, sometimes the teacher may not understand, but they have also to put it into consideration to look by like the distance that the student come from this. So when a student face this problem, they face the student, like the student face it by the teachers too. So what can be done is like let the government try by all means to try provide them with the buses so they can able by every junction or by every part of their schooling, let them have bus there so they can able to take them to school and they reach a school so on time, so they can have proper learning and then proceed with what good results end of the time or end of the year.
That is very important. One of the challenges that we mentioned is that we said we are lacking buses. That is a transportation problem, and this transportation problem is faced by both the rural Gambia and the urban Gambia. And we believe that the government also need to provide a school bus to various schools, and not even like every school need to have a bus, but at least when every district is having a bus, whereby maybe the schools are located at maybe one area. At the end of the day, the bus also can transport students from one end to another end. At least that, in fact, will it will reduce the rate of lateness in school at the end of the day, and the tiresome attitude that faced by the students at the end of the day, also the lesson that they miss at the end of the day, also all the hardship that they endure in order to travel from a kilometer from one end to another end. It simply means by providing a bus to various schools, not even all the schools, maybe that will not be possible due to our lack of resources, but at least some big schools need to have what a bus. But Gambia, even you look at the big school, even in the urban area here, they don't have a bus. So that one is a very big challenge to our education system. But the second step is that the government need to help us so as to have school bus in various schools, so as to help and to ease the movement of students from one place to another. And I hope that is very tangible. And we are moving to so as well. What is some of the solution that we can recommend?
The solution that I believe the government should move on is that, like, access to quality teachers. They need to their budget need to concentrate more on the aspect of teachers to make sure teachers are well paid, so that if students that have good grade at the end of the day in last level will be hunger or will be proud to go to the teaching profession, to the teaching field, because there is a salary that is paid, and with that they can sustain their families. Like when it comes to, in the comparison to the rural Gambia and urban areas here teachers, I can see teachers in here, they are at least enjoying better than those there. Those in the rural areas, in the provinces, they are for them it's worst. Because imagine the horizon of
just not willing to go there.
Yes, teachers are not willing to go there. Teachers are not willing to go there because of the fact that the allowance is not enough. The transportation and the condition of the area. So they need to pay them at least salary that will encourage them to go to the provinces, because those children at the provinces, they also deserve quality education too, as those in the urban areas. So that is a solution that the government need to follow in order for our students in the Gambia to have quality education. Because if teachers are well paid, people will be willing to go to the teaching field in order to give adequate knowledge, well-deserved knowledge to the students, for them to be able to do better in national development.
For them to do better in national development. And we all know that is our obligation, is our responsibility, is our duties as students, as teachers, to take part in national development. But it's the responsibility of the government also to provide a very good, adequate salary, allowances, and wages accumulation to motivate and to encourage teachers to deliver well in their various schools, to deliver well in rural area, in urban area, because we know that the rural area also deserve better. They also deserve what adequate and quality education, because the constitution is for everybody. The time is section 30 of government constitution stated that quality education, accessible education, free education for senior secondary school level, primary, upper. If I call that possible tertiary education, but we know that it's not possible in tertiary education because of due to lack of resources. Still now, the rural area also deserve better. They need to have what quality education. But to do this, or to make this possible, the government need to make teaching field attractive. How can they make teaching field attractive? By pumping more money, more resources to attract a lot of people as well. Because the moment they start pumping more money in teaching, the moment they are going to see a lot of knowledgeable people venturing into teaching field. And that is a very good recommendation from Ahmad. Then we are moving to my boss again. I cannot pronounce.
So difficult. Yeah. Also, I think this solution could be like based on like rural area, because we need them to be updated about this kind of things, like this problem should be done, addressed by them. So when also coming to like limited access to school materials and so, it's another big problem to them. So the government need like to provide them with good desks, good blackboard, and then good doors, and then good
Some
classroom,
schools don't
comfortable
even have
classroom.
a good text and seats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem. Sometimes
But the
like
president said they are having
trying.
they said they are having adequate seats.
Sure.
And they are doing everything they can.
Yeah, so it's classroom. Yeah, sometimes one class.
you recommend you man.
Yeah, sometimes one class can contain more than one or two people, like student in the class. That is too much. That's very large student in the class.
Yeah.
Noise will be like too much in the class. So like class will be contain like maybe like 30 students, like each in a desk. That is very important. So the dynamic will be effective too much. Like it will be understandable by the teacher. But as if like a class contain more than 100 people in the class. There is too much student in the class, and then not every student will be keeping quiet in the class when teacher is trying to explain. Some people are there not to learn, and then some people are there to learn. So this is another major problem. So the government should look back on them, especially in rural areas. Let them understand. Let them help them in terms of educational purpose. Let them bring this like desk, classroom, proper desks, blackboard. Let them be having like blackboard that will they write and they understand what the teacher have written on the board. So this could be something that are addressed by the government. So I think the government have to have mercy on them and then look, they are your people. So look after them. They are the ones make you to be in this position today. So help them to make them be in a better position so they can understand what is going on in urban area here. Some people there they don't know, even you take them to computer lab, you'll be seeing them when they're looking, like watching them, it's very strange. You know that this person come from this area. So they have to be updated before coming to this area. So I think this problem could be addressed by the government and then see the solution that could be done to help them too.
Exactly. That is very important. The government also needs to provide more of educational facilities, more of educational equipment, and the materials that the student needed. For example, when you go to rural areas, most of the cases they don't have even standard library. They don't have a standard lab. They don't even science students that are there. They don't have the materials to do their practicals. At the end of the day, they don't have the laptops. They don't have the computers to work with. And you know that you cannot do learning in this modern life without
those things,
those issues. So you cannot move on. So it's very important for government also to try and to strive to give these materials to rural areas so as for them also to be updated, to be aware, to know about more about computers, to know laptops, so as to also for them also to have a quality education. And at the end of the day, also they also can have easy access to the materials. And those are very good recommendations. At the end of the day, we are also moving maybe the last or second to last question, these recommendations and solutions. So after the recap, yes.
Yeah, I mean like a solution in financially. Like I'm not saying like the government to give out money to parents like that, but they should look for a way that they will address the problem. Like they prioritize local food production because most of our parents they involve in this farming, and that is how they earn their living to help their children. You see, so they need to prioritize that and then provide a favorable prices for their products in order for them to get their money in order to help their children. So I think there's also a way that they need to prioritize. And as you mentioned here about the school buses, yes, the Gambia, the government, I will not say like they are not trying at all, but a bit in the aspect of, I can say 10% out of 100. Yes. Because in the aspect of transportation, we just mentioned it, but even big schools in the Gambia, schools like, you can say Mahad is a big institution, and other schools as well, but they don't have school bus. So which is really something so
some people come from Tanje coming to school,
even school bus they don't have it.
In fact, the university is
it's starting for school bus.
You are imagine, when they close from school, how they host to private vehicles, how they run in autos, over the creators and all that. So sometimes it's the same. So but still now we are holding the government also to do something.
Yes, the government they need to help parents like to prioritize local food production in order for parents to be able to assist their children in their educational process. Exactly. That's also a solution that I suggest, and I believe they'll put it in consideration.
Exactly. We are going to put it in consideration.
Yes.
Important to prioritize what the production of local goods.
Sure.
This is very important. And this one is not even our students' issue.
Yeah.
It's about the entire national development, about the economy. If you don't prioritize the production of local goods, it simply means now you are not even prioritizing your economy.
Sure.
Because we believe that a lot of people in the Gambia are peasant farmers. These are people that do maybe small scale production of agriculture. At the end of the day, also they are trying by only to feed their family. When you go to the markets, these are our parents that are there in order to help us. They are doing these small businesses at the end of the day so that to help people out there. So those local production issues also need to be prioritized. Like soap making and other kind of local production, whereby the government also is going to what? Buy those materials from our parents so as to help their students also to help their child as well. Because we need to, as we stated, the government cannot just come and distribute money to our parents. But they also need to prioritize something that our parents are doing so as to help the students as well. And that is very recommendable. Thank you so much for that suggestion. And we can say the last question.
The last question.
Yeah.
So the last question could be language barrier when it comes to the student. I think government need to put a strict warning to each school in the Gambia when it comes to like language barrier, because like most of the students in the Gambia here cannot speak English proper, cannot write letter proper. So what could be done to address this issue when it comes to the school? Like I can say students should be given an homework to take home so they can practice how to write a letter, how to speak, sometimes how to read in the class. Most of the students cannot read. Even if you tell them to read in the class for the teacher, they'll tell them, I cannot read. So what could be done? A student should be forced to know how to read, should be forced how to write in the class. Homework, classwork should be done in the class. A teacher can read it and then see what is your doubt or what is your problem in this part. So that is not like done in any school, especially those schools around this end. If you meet with the student, only Mandinga, even inside the class, sometimes the student will tell you that my teacher even cannot speak English. So you see, what is the problem? So I think so that teacher from college or university coming to teach you why you cannot speak proper English. What can you tell the government, or what can you tell the people that you are teaching in the class? So I think this could be what teachers must go under what professional training, must be trained well, must be know how to speak English well, so that when they deliver in the class or when they speak in the class, correct their teacher, their student, the teachers will know, the student will know truly, I'm on the someone that is professional teacher. So I think this could be done when it comes to language barrier, or a strong one could be done in the school whereby a student, when you fail to speak or you don't catch when speaking local language in school, you have to go in the under punishment, so that next time you may repeat this vernacular language in the class.
I know this is unuseful, like to force someone to learn foreign language, but it needs to start from primary level.
Sure.
Yes, whereby you help students how to pronounce words, how to identify, all that stuff, how to write a letter, how to interview. So all those works needs to be done in primary level. But I don't think it should be compulsory. Like because we have learn foreign language. Honestly, Gambia, our education system is
So it's our Gambia. So sometimes we tend to after the anything you say you cannot blame, because everybody in the Gambia, I think the problem is here in the Gambia. Most of the Gambian people cannot speak English. Yeah. Even those people down there in our office, sometimes they go to approach to you. You think, no, this one is not in higher position. Yeah. Sometimes they don't know how to approach. So this is the problem too.
Yeah.
So I think this one, all of us in the Gambia, we carry this. Yeah. So it's our fault too.
Yeah, that's why I always say it's a project, right?
Yeah, sure.
As long as we have been colonized by these people, with that they call the Great Britain, whether they are great or not. So at the end of the day, they force us to speak a language for hours, and as I always stated, it is always a colonial project that is just trying by all means to hide the reality of life from us. Because intelligence doesn't come by speaking a language.
Sure.
Intelligence come by creating.
Creativity.
Creating, exactly. Those are what we call intelligence. But as long as we choose it as Gambia, we need to do something.
That's right.
That's it. As long as we choose it, we need to do something about it. And if I don't want to eradicate it as well, there are countries that literally,
Yeah.
countries like Burkina Faso and other countries, they try by all means and remove it. And countries like Nigeria, they are learning Igbo, they are learning Yoruba, they are learning a lot of language, they are local language. But Gambia, they start introducing local language in our education system, but they stop it. It doesn't go far.
Sure.
By then, people are learning Mandinka,
Yola,
they are learning a lot of language.
Yeah.
So as if after that goes a long way, but we can remove English, we use it as well, and it will be very short. Because you can realize that we say communication is critical to development. If I know that people cannot communicate correctly, not that there will be a lack of there are a lot of people that want to ventilate their ideas, their opinion, but they cannot use the language.
That's the problem.
So that is the problem.
That's a key problem.
It's even the English language is in fact making us small, is in fact retarding our development, because there are a lot of people that are having ideas.
Like an example from our parents, those people are smart.
They are wisdom. They are wisdom. Because of the language, they are out of manipulation. So they are not part of it. So all this, we also need to put that one in the consideration. We need to know by all means how to strengthen our English language. At the end of the day, also how to move with our education. So as to synchronize our local language, so as also to move with the education system as well. Because there are a lot of people that are educated, because education is not about speaking language. It's about bringing ideas. It's about creating as well. So we need to understand the local people that are outside there that cannot speak English also. We need to put them into consideration. So as to also ask them their opinion as well, to create and do something as well. And that is very important. And with that also, we are going to allow you guys also to give you closing remark, so as to maybe to greet people outside there that are there, your parents, your friends and teachers. So the floor is open.
Yeah, first of all, I will start from my parents. Thank you so much for the support in all the ways in my academic process. And also, I'm thanking all staffs of Mahad Senior Secondary School, a noble institution that is always there to guide its students. So I really appreciate being here today, and all friends out there watching me. I'm greeting you all. I say thank you so much.
Yeah, that is remarkable. Ahmad is thanking the parents, the family, everybody, the friends, the siblings. Everybody know that Ahmad is thanking you for him being here at the end of the day. He's also grateful for the support and everything that you have done for him. And we are going to my boss, though we are going to the name I cannot
it's a pleasure to meet you here once again. So I would like to say I'm so proud. I'm also like very happy being here with you for this great discussion with you guys. So I would like to say thank you to everybody down there that are watching us right now at the moment, and to my family too for giving me this opportunity to be in school, and end of the day today, like being in this place today. So it's another pleasure today. And to my teachers in my heart, to my fellow students that are giving me courage. When I was starting like public speaking, some people are laughing, but today I become someone great. Something that I got. So you see, thank you to them, and then thank you to my parents and my brother out there, UK. I really thank you for everything, your advice and your support today. You are glad to see me in social media, and to your friends to down there that you'll be telling them this is my brother. So thank you, Gambia. Thank you, everybody in the Gambia. So we wish you all the best, and the government too. God will bless you, and then to try to remember our opinion, and then to do something every day. You'll be happy seeing the changes. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabasti. I hope I pronounced it right.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Sabasti also is thanking the entire family, is thanking the friends, is thanking the family member, the siblings, everybody, the teachers outside there. And know that this is SS Media TV, and this is your wonderful platform and your program. That is our education system, whereby students are called from different faculties of life, university, senior secondary school, tertiary institution, so as to share their ideas based on what is their perspective, what is their concept, what is their ideology concerning about our education system. And I hope we have fruitful discussion with these two gentlemen from Math Senior Secondary School, the student leaders. And thank you so much. Do join us next time or next Wednesday from the same time. And my name is Usman Jawad. Thank you.